Hello, this is Ronnie. I'm back here with a clip on gold and silver, and this time I include the pound South African rand. I'll expand on it in a sec. I just want to mention that this is the last weekend where you can take advantage of my special offer. I don't know when I'll be able to introduce it again. If you like details about it, please stay on till the clip ends. I'll be providing details about it, essentially 50% off for the first year, and the ability to ask me questions on personal, on specific markets if you're interested, whatever. Okay. Now, I really want to say a word about why I decided to include the pound South African rand in this video. Some of you might wonder what it's got to do with gold and silver. Well, as you know, South Africa has been a major center for mines. A lot of gold and silver came out of the mines in South Africa, is still coming out. And in general, South Africa stands for resources and for mining. Very, very strong country for this in this aspect. So when you have a fiat currency, in our case the pound, acting against the South African rand is essentially delivering the message what gold might be doing against the fiat currency. And when you look at the trend in general of several fiat currencies against the South African rand, you begin to get an idea where gold might be going. This is one of the ways in which I go about analyzing the markets. I do not have a crystal ball. Unfortunately, some people out there claim that they do have a crystal ball. They can see exactly where the market is going. I don't happen to be so lucky. And all I can do from my perspective is to check related markets and see if they have a message for me. So when you listen now to the explanation concerning the pound South African rand, please remember that in effect what we are doing, we are talking about fiat money against gold. So if I project, or let's say that the chart is projecting massive drop in fiat currency against gold, then that should help to understand where we're going with these precious metals. So I hope you enjoyed the clip. Hope to see you at the end of the clip, and hope to see you of course on my website. If you have any question, never hesitate, get in touch with me. All the best. Have a great trading week. Bye now. Here's an extremely important chart in my opinion. This chart has should have an important place in your portfolio of charts. I have gone and looked at, let me see if I can, yeah, it's right here. This is the very long-term chart that I could get from the forextop.com. You remember that website? It's fxtop.com. You can get basically any forex pair that you have in mind. You can get the data feed going back to 1953. And this is the pound, and there is extremely important message here. And I'm going to go step by step for you to understand why I think that the message in this chart is so vital for us, not just for those who are interested in the pound South African rand, but for those who are interested in the precious metals, because the message that is coming out of this chart is really amazing. First of all, you can see that we have a spike that I consider to be long-term top, meaning the pound reached a level that we will not see for a long time against the South African rand. That's the first thing. The second thing is that it appears like right from the bottom we have actually traced 5 legs of panic impulse wave going up, and in fact the price action right from here over many years, okay, we will see that when I go to the other data feed that I have, that's called an ABC. Now when you look at this size, you look at this scale, and you look at this scale, And then you look at the come down here, and you can actually see that we are going to have 5 legs completely, a perfect 5 legs. That's a massive message. Absolutely massive message. What it tells you that the structure of what you see here, and you can actually go back long time. You can go back long time. The structure that ended here actually encapsulates decades of price action, and the price action that began from here is relating to this entire pattern. Do you understand what I'm saying? We're talking proportion, purely proportion. Proportion is absolutely vital here, because if we have 5 legs here, that tells you there is plenty more coming, because if this is just a corrective phase, let's say we're talking about 200-year chart, and that happens to be a 3rd wave, and we're going now to correct 4th wave, do you realize that if we finish the 3rd wave here, it must have taken decades, and it means that the pound South African rand is not going to come back here in the next 10 years, not maybe even the next 20 years, because this started in 1953. I want to really imprint on your mind the importance of the proportion of what I'm talking about here. It is mighty, mighty important that you get this, and I hope that I am interpreting it right. Otherwise, of course, what's the point? But anyhow, I think we have clear 5 legs going down here, and I am 99% certain the pound is not going to go back there anytime soon. Let's now go back, and you will see my data feed here only goes back to 1975. The other one that I showed you was going to 1953. And on the basis of what I have here, I can already show you a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I didn't put a labeling here. I suppose it's a 3, 4. You can see the massive ABC here. And you can see that I called it a long-term top. Now, it is long-term, because if we even start counting just from here, that's 1985. That's more than 30 years. We are not going to come back here in 2 years or even in 10 years. Do you understand what I'm saying? We are not going to come back even in 15 years from now. We are now going to see the pound going down against the South African rand for many, many, many years. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe for the next 30 years. And this is a fascinating chart that I thought I really must include it. And I hope you're not missing this, because there is perhaps a massive message here for us. Here we go. That is the top scored in early 2016. Pound, South African rand reached astronomical level of above 25,500. And now it's already touched bottom at 15,500. What a haircut. Oh, quite a chunk. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clear cut, 5 legs. Clear cut. Look at this, beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Then you have A, B, C, D, E. And then you have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. Terminated. You have a clear A, B, C right here. Coming from the top, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's nothing I can say about this chart. It's just perfection. And then we have an ABC. Perfect ABC here. We have A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. C, complete. Coming down, the weakness is not over. That tells you that the strength in the precious metals should continue. Basing ourselves on this chart, that's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. You are with me? Do you remember the 1, 2, 1, 2 structure? I have mentioned it already so many times in this video, but I don't have to remind you. I think that by now you know. And that means basically that precious metals will continue to push higher, and this one will continue to push down on its way to complete the 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. And then resting on the floor at 15.5. There is always a possibility it's going to come back for another ABC. Nobody in the world can tell you that that's not going to happen, but it's more likely if you get a perfect 5 leg down structure here, that it is not going to do that, and then you're going to end up with this. And that's the golden selling opportunity for you that you must not miss if you are into trading this one, or you are thinking of trading this one. Right here. It's going to come down on the weekly to the floor. It's going to bounce back, give you a nice ABC, and then crash down. That's going to go. It's going to go for a long way. So please remember, the message that is coming out of this chart is simply overwhelming. It's really so. It's overwhelming. The next break, the next support for the break on this level is obviously around here. That's going to take it down towards 10,000 level. Okay, and that's an ABC or 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's going to rebound there, of course. And if we are going into a massive third wave down, I mean 5-leg run, it's going to look like that. In short, that is a chart you want to come back and refer to it, and I wouldn't be surprised if you might be interested to see it even again, to see the clip of this again. Okay, this is gold, spot gold, price in US dollars. That is the daily scale. You can see here two alternatives. We run up here, and I told you when we had the ABC complete, I said to you gold is going higher. The entire interpretation of the bearish case is still resting on gold being actually stopped. The rally being stopped around this level is 1355, 1360. Shouldn't really rush much higher than that. But the nature of the advance has been quite impulsive, and we have to allow for the possibility that in fact we are dealing with the beginning of a bull run. That will become amply clear, as far as I'm concerned, within a month, maybe even sooner. I'll show you the wave count, both wave counts. The one that supports the bearish case, it is ABC that is taken as an A. That's a B. We're going up in a C, so don't be surprised if we have a nice 5-leg run right from here. On the other hand, if we are looking at a huge bull move developing, that could definitely be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's the 5th leg. So it could pop slightly above 1355 to going to 1360. But my point is that we're going to see this. Pay attention. It's going to do something like that. It's going to come down, but not there. It's going to stop somewhere around here, 13, maybe above 1300s, even. Okay. ABC like that, and then the critical thing, the critical signal will be unleashed if it does something like that. That's you buy. That's you buy. There's going to be a huge bull move. Okay, so I repeat, if we go up, now I think we have more upside almost certainly in the coming week. There is further upside here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We come down. We spend, let's say, 2 weeks. 2-3 weeks going sideways, doing anything like that. Then it comes back. It shoots about 1360, 1360. It begins to run exactly like it did here. Don't hesitate. Then the market will give us the clearest signal possible. That is a 3 of 3. That will be a huge bull move. That will be with us for months. Okay, I'm going now to go to the 30 minutes, and I'm going to focus on the price action since the last triangle that I gave the interpretation here. If you remember, either it's an A, that's a B terminating here with an A, B, C, D, E. That gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. That's an A, B, C, that's 2. Okay, and essentially going up in a 5-wave run. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there is further upside, very short term. That's the 30 minutes. We can go to the, let's say, 5 minutes. So if you want to see it clearer, that's the 5 minutes. My thinking is we had a first wave ending here, ABC terminated here, right here, and that's your 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. Do you see? Further upside very likely. If you are very focused on gold, you don't want to see it coming breaking 1333 immediately when it starts the week. You want to see it continuing higher, and then of course stabilizing, and that will be 1, 2, then 3 in red, complete, and then again sideways price action, building ideally a triangle, and then pushing higher to complete that 5th leg. That in turn could complete for us the C or the 5th leg. as I explained. Okay, that's silver. And silver is trailing behind, finding the overhead resistance here on the daily very difficult to surmount, but I think it's coming. I think it's coming. And also in the case of silver, we have to consider the possibility of a sharp breakout. I have here wave count that will account again for this stretch, this rally that we have seen recently to be taken as a fifth leg in the context of a possible 5-leg run. But the thing with silver is that we are actually quite far from jeopardizing the bearish wave count, the classic triangle that I've been working with. Unlike in gold, we are quite far from this level, do you see? So yes, silver could continue higher and there is no issue. It could give us 5 legs, but that will not necessarily mean it's going there. It could actually give us that correction and then even go higher. And all of that could play out as an A, B, C. You understand what I'm trying to say? That's an A, that's a B, that's a C. It will still play nicely into the hands of the bearish pattern A, B, C, D, E. What's going to puncture that? Well, I think that is pretty clear from the chart here what's going to puncture this bearish pattern. In the case of silver, it's this. It's 18.2. Silver going into a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then giving you that correction, which I think is quite possible, resting on the support. Yeah, resistance turn support around here at 17.2 and then flying through 18.2. Have no doubt what it is. That's 1, that's 2, it's going up in the third wave. Then that's it. Silver gave the signal to continue to a lot higher prices, to above 21 and potentially a lot higher than that. There is one more twist in the case of silver that I want to bring up here. And do you remember that for quite some time I have been really working just with the B pattern with the resolution going down, yeah, calling for the dollar index to reverse, to soar, etc., etc. But as I've explained to you throughout this video, I have brought up several patterns in very interesting situations that insinuate that we could actually look at a sharp revival in the precious metals. So if that is the case, look what could happen. Silver is going up and it doesn't break 18.2. It comes down, but somehow it doesn't go down. It doesn't go there. It somehow refuses to break. Then what I think is going on is that we're going to have this as an A, this as a B, and we're going to have that C nevertheless. Okay, so it's going to be a different structure. It's not going to be a 1, 2, 1, 2 potentially like that, like in the case of gold. In the case of gold, we have this as 1, 2, potentially 1, 2 like that, going up in the third wave. In the case of silver, it could be A, B, meaning that will morph into A, B, C, D, E. That's the E, that's the B terminating, going up in the C. That's it for silver. Hello, welcome back. I'm here to provide some details about the offer, and you need to go on to my website, that's wavemastery.com. Yes, www.wavemastery in one word, of course, .com. You follow on my homepage. Just a quick run here. There are a few articles that I wrote. Is this website for me? Psychology and trading, trading and the arts, why join? You might want to have a look, yes, to run through some of them. Subscribe here, that's where you will find a special promotional offer. Use subscription, that's a tab that essentially gets into action once you log in. It shows you the subscription that you are using, whether it's a weekend service or daily service. Resources, the tab here opens the option to go down to the chart galleries, where you will find a lot of charts, okay, some dating from the 1970s, 1960s, some really interesting stuff. If you are into learning about charts, you're very interested to see how I applied the Elliott waves to past markets. You'll be surprised what sort of markets you're going to find here: eggs, pork bellies, milk, all sorts of things. Really fun. So you can run through that. Useful links. Just a few things that I had in mind. It's not really full list. The recommended reading list, also very interesting if you are into reading more about the markets. I just mentioned some of the very interesting books that I read in the last in the last 10 years. You may want to take a look. Private policy, terms of use, practically standard stuff. I don't get into the business of checking or selling or merchandising your data. It's really none of my business. Special promotional offer. This is the same link that you found here under subscribe here. Just in case you are more comfortable finding it here, whatever, it's right there. It's the same. Contact us. You should use that if you have the slightest question, slightest issue in the sorry, in the process of subscribing, in the process of whatever question you have, whatever is on your mind, before subscription, after subscription, whatever. Okay, so that's login, simple. So let's go through the special promotional offer. You will see that I'm quite generous. I open it till leave it open till next year, basically 15th of January, and it gives you the trial for 9.99 euros, 50% of the normal price, basically for the daily service or the weekend, for the first calendar year. That means for 12 consecutive months you can pay 79 per month for the daily service instead of 159. And you will pay half the price also for the weekend service. So the daily video service includes the weekend service. You don't have to subscribe to both. And 1 week trial, just to see how it is, costs you $9.99. Okay, just to see what's going on, if it's your stuff, you're interested in it, etc. You can cancel anytime. You don't get money back for portion unused, but you will have access up to the end of that month in which you cancelled. Okay, there's no obligation to stay for 12 months. And the VAT issue is mainly applicable to people who come from Europe. And if you come from Europe, please go through the list here, okay? See which country relates to you. If you don't find your country and you come from Europe, it's possible I missed one. Just write to me. I'll see what can be done. Other than that, if you come from the UK, USA, Belgium, and the rest of the world, Australia, Asia, whatever, you don't pay a penny VAT. You just pay 79 per month, and you go through the button here. Scrolling down here, that's the Wave Mastery Weekend Video Service. That starts with 2 weeks trial, priced at $4.99, 2 weeks, because you only get access to the weekend videos. And sometimes I put in a bonus video in the middle of the week, you know, just to keep you floating. I am putting an update for the weekenders, but it's not every week, okay, to be fair. So that's included, you will see, and it's 29 per month instead of 59, and the VAT charges again applicable to mainly people who come from Europe. Okay, so it's the same thing here, and if you come from UK, USA, Belgium, you choose this. Now you go through the subscription. Let's select this one, for example. You go through, you click, and it takes you to the, well, sometimes you get this security challenge, is no big deal. Let's run through that. That's ARST. Hope I got it right. PayPal puts up these things, and it gets you to PayPal's page, where the description of the offer is there. It starts with a trial for 14 days, 29 for each month for 12 installments. Okay, so every month you will be paying 29, and you click and you see that it goes to me. That's my official name, okay, the name that I use normally in documents, etc. So that goes to me. You log in. If you have an account, of course, that should be easy for you. Again, you have security challenge, but you log in, you pay, and PayPal normally brings you back to my website to fill in the subscription form, to choose your login, your password, and after that you almost finished. You go straight to the page where you find the links directly to the videos. Okay, if you encounter any issue, any problem during this process, you need to write to me. I'll take care of that. Please fill in all your details that are required in the registration form, especially if you are from Europe. I need to know for VAT control. But also if you're outside Europe, I need to know the country. You know, just fill in the required info. And let's go back to the website here. Okay, we are back here. The same thing applies to all the other buttons. You're going to go through the same process. Now, that's it basically. If you have an interest, serious interest in trading, I cover a whole range of markets. You can ask me direct questions. You can ask me questions concerning your positions, and I will relate to them in a way that I can under the law, because I'm not licensed to give you personal advice. But what I will do, if you have a position in Apple, for example, you have a position in the Nasdaq, in the index or whatever, you want my opinion, what's going to happen, I am simply going to provide you a technical analysis of the current position, and I will tell you what I would do if it's going to do this or that, etc., etc. And then with this very detailed information, then you can follow through. You can take your decision. Okay. Other than that, if you come from countries that I don't cover, I will be prepared to look into covering the index of that country. I cover a lot of markets, but of course it's possible that you might come from a country where I don't follow. So don't be put off. You can ask me. I'll see whatever I can do. Of course I will do. That's about it. So I look forward to see you on my website. Again, don't hesitate. Shoot any question you have. I am based in Belgium. So if you write to me from the US, or from Australia, or from Asia, might take me a bit of time to react, but I will react. I will get back to you and provide you the information that you need. Okay, so wish you the best, good trading. Bye now.